Welcome back to Fantasy Football in 5. Our last video was our draft strategy video. This video will be our quarterbacks strategy.
So you haven't heard of our channel, hit the big red button below. Okay, so to start off our quarterback drafting strategy video, we have our guys listed as top 10 into tiers. So number 1, obviously, you have Tom Brady. Then number 2, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan at 3, Derek Carr, and then Drew Brees at 5.
And then to finish out our top 10, we have Russell Wilson, Big Ben, Kirk Cousins, Jameis Winston, and Cam Newton.
Now tier 1 is Tom Brady through Derek Carr, because those are probably the guys that will go first off your draft board. Derek Carr could fall too.
Yes, and he, I think, is the only one in that tier that we would actually draft. The other guys go way too high.
Yeah, don't draft Aaron Rodgers, because his stock is not good
where they're
he's taking.
And then in tier 2, we have Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and Big Ben. These are probably going to be the next guys to come off your board. And in that, we don't have anyone to really highlight in that one to draft or not draft.
Obviously, Drew Brees is going to be awesome, but it's up to you to draft him. And then tier 3, we have Kirk Cousins, Jameis Winston, and Cam Newton. We really like this tier.
Yeah, we like Kirk Cousins and Jameis Winston. However, Cam Newton, we do not like. Cam Newton we see this year as kind of like a bust because we don't think he's going to have that great season that he had 2 years ago. All right, starting off here, we have to first talk about where we're going to take our quarterbacks. So in our drafting strategy video, we talked about taking them in round 8 or later because you don't want to get a quarterback too early because when you look at those that position, you can plug in pretty much anybody and they will provide for you, unlike receivers and running backs.
Definitely. For backups, wait till the last round of your draft to draft a backup. But speaking of backups, our best backups are guys like Philip Rivers, Matt Stafford, Dak Prescott, and Carson Wentz.
I really like Philip Rivers this year. I really like that Chargers team.
Okay, for some sleepers for your draft, Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz, and Philip Rivers.
Now, I really, really like Marcus Mariota this year. I think that Titans team is going to come into the playoffs with...
Playoffs?
With a really surprising force. I really like the amount of receivers he has and the running backs. He's going to be a guy to draft.
And with Winston and Mariota, both of their divisions are terrible defensively, especially the NFC South with Winston. So either of those guys are a great option for you in round 8 or later.
Alright, now starting off here, we're going to talk about our busts now. The main busts here, we have Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, and Dak Prescott. Now Andrew Luck, we don't like him this year, mainly because he is drafted so high, and for what reason exactly? He has not been good, the past 4 years. He was good when he entered the league way back when, but not in a really long time.
And his offensive line is terrible. The Colts continue to neglect the offensive line in the draft. Ryan Kelly is hurt now after playing all 16 games last year, I believe. And outside of Dante Moncrief and T.Y. Hilton, there's no wide receivers to name, He doesn't have a run game anymore. Don't draft Andrew Luck.
And then also, if you look at Dak Prescott, the reason we had him as a bust is because if you look at the Dallas team, they're going to have Ezekiel Elliott for half the year. And that is going to lead him to kind of struggle because all the pressure is going to be on Dak Prescott. They're going to need him to perform, and if he doesn't perform, that team's going to struggle.
8-8, baby. Okay, so we're going to go in depth with a couple of guys who are going to go late in draft, maybe undrafted. My guy, I love Carson Wentz this year. Look at that offense. They just lost Jordan Matthews, yes, but it's okay because they have Alshon Jeffrey still. They have Torrey Smith. They have a great run game. Zach Ertz is an up-and-coming tight end. There's everything to love about Carson Wentz.
And now, my guy that I'm going to talk about is Tyrod Taylor, and I am not very big on Tyrod Taylor. Here's the reason why. They traded away Sammy Watkins, which I think is a very, very terrible mistake they made. Because if you look, Zay Jones, yeah, they have Zay Jones, but he was going to be that speed receiver opposite of Sammy Watkins, and now he's going to have to take Sammy Watkins' role, which proves kind of bad for them because they also have, who did they get there from the Eagles? Jordan Matthews, right?
Matthews, yeah.
They got Jordan Matthews and Anquan Bolden. There's a problem there. They both play slot. Who's going to play where? They need to figure out what they're doing in Buffalo.
That was Fantasy Football 5. Thank you for watching. We deliver all your fantasies in 5 minutes once because honestly, who would want to watch a 30-minute video on this topic?
Amen.
This is our quarterback drafting strategy. Speaking of drafting, don't forget to join our subscriber league. All you gotta do is subscribe to us, hook us up with your contact information, and we'll get you in the league. We need at least 8 people. We have 4 right now.